reality has been shattered. Hello there, fellow viewer, my name is Gabriel, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the Insurgent movie adaptation. So yesterday I went to watch Insurgent. I absolutely loved it. It blew my expectations sky high. Probably not aware, but I did not have high expectations for Insurgent. I actually had low ones, and I was just so pleasantly surprised at this movie. I'm so happy with it. It could not have been more awesome. Stuff I can say for people who haven't read the book, please go watch the movie. If you enjoy Divergent in the least, you'll definitely enjoy the sequel Insurgent. If you have not watched Divergent, then please do yourself that favor and then go to the theater and enjoy Insurgent. Shailene Woodley's performance is just absolutely breathtaking. This is one of my favorite dystopias that I have ever read, and I really recommend it. From this point on, I will spoil whoever has not read the books, so thank you so much for watching until now. Go watch them. Bye. Woo! Insurgent. Again, I didn't have high expectations, and I was so glad that this movie was so good. As a sequel, it had everything that I wanted. You get to know the characters better, get to know the world a little bit better. If you've obviously read the book, we get to know the plot. The plot just develops so much more, and there's just so much more action, which I really enjoyed. One thing I do want to dwell on is Shailene Woodley's acting, and I did notice that she did a fantastic job in Divergent. In Insurgent, she is just so phenomenal. You're just there staring at the screen, kind of, wow, this woman can act. If you watch the movie, you know what I'm talking about, because there are just some really emotional scenes that she gets so well. You're just completely breathless at her performance, which is absolutely brilliant in my opinion. And even though she is the star of this movie, I have to give it up for the whole cast, because we can see some fantastic performances here. And it's sad that Divergent is a young adult franchise. I don't think adults give it the credit that it actually deserves, at least in the acting department. The plot was something that I love, because they took the book, even though they stayed faithful to the book, they kind of changed things up a bit to make the adaptation interesting. And can I just say that that idea worked. In the trailer, we see this box. I love how they engage the box into the plot. It's just so original, and you're just so glad they came up with that idea, because it just really simplified the whole plot of the Insurgent novel. There were some very tiny parts that I did have problems with, but those were just so minuscule that I just completely ignored. They changed, for example, Triss going up to the control room and having to fight herself. I love how they adapted that into the screen, because it comes in with the box, and then the box comes in with other elements, like Caleb's betrayal, for example. It's just really well developed, and again, I'm really glad they decided to do this. Another thing that I absolutely loved watching was Triss, because I think Triss is a phenomenal character. Shailene Woodley, again, played her perfectly on screen, and you can picture exactly her struggle. We often forget that she's a teenager. She's 16 years old. I'm 16 in 2 weeks. She lost both her parents like that. She is not only in the middle of, but she is the reason of a civil war. I don't know why, but you're watching the movie, that just completely brushes by your mind, and I think that it should. I think that you should dwell on the fact that this is hard for Triss. And in the movie, we see that clearly and perfectly. She is suffering, and she is struggling with the death of her parents and with the death of Will, and even though she is not traumatized by the use of weapons, you know that she has suffered so much. You can clearly see this when she's under the truth serum. All in all, Divergent was a fantastic movie. I do not want to go into spoilery bits. I do want to repeat myself in saying that this is a wonderful adaptation. I did prefer this over Divergent, because I'm not a huge fan of that Divergent adaptation. And the thing is, it kind of switched here, because I love Divergent as a book, not so much the adaptation, and then I didn't really like Insurgent, the novel, and then the adaptation was just fantastic. Also, the ending. What a way to end the movie. I loved how they tied everything up neatly with a bow and everything, and you still want more. You're still hungry and desperate for that next movie. The Insurgent cliffhanger was just something, was one of the most completely awe-striking cliffhangers I have ever read. Come close second to the Catching Fire one. I think that you should definitely go check out this movie and this franchise. Please read the books. You're doing yourself a favor. kind of. That is all for my opinions on Insurgent. If you'd like to know my spoilery opinions, definitely ask down below. And if you have not watched the movie, be careful of the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. And if you'd like to see more from me, it would mean a lot if you subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for my next videos, and remember to keep your day a bookish one. Goodbye!